Greetings, football lovers. Welcome to another episode of Ball Chat. Another fantastic football discussion this week. I'm your host, Benton, along with the family. Kevin, how are you doing?
I'm well. Good to be here.
And Biggs, how are you doing?
Well, I'm here now. I'm at peace.
You were at peace last week. In the
and
peace
nothing has changed.
And nothing has changed. And we have the wonderful Come On online. Come On, how are you doing?
Hanging on, hanging on.
Yeah, hanging on. Well, it's like wet clothes. You're just hanging on the line. So once again, football lovers, we're going to review the weeks preceding in football. And this week we're going to start off as usual with our ballers and bugs. Ballers being the best players of the week and bugs being the unimpressive players of the week. And then we're going to segue to football in Europe, do quickly our EPL recap, and then set up the Champions League champion football semi-final coming down this week. And then segue to football in the Americas and wrap up with our MLS and then our power ranking. So kick it off with our ballers of the week. Come on. Who you have as your ball of the week?
Leicester City, specifically Vardy. They played against Arsenal today and they beat Arsenal, even though Arsenal had 10 men. But Vardy played an absolutely wonderful game. And he had 2 goals to show for it.
So the Brandon Rodgers-led Leicester City destroyed a pathetic-looking Arsenal 3-0. I wonder why come on have Leicester City as their ball of the week. Is it because Arsenal is struggling to get that Champions League spot which Chelsea is fighting for, gentlemen?
Maybe.
Absolutely. You know, anybody who can keep Arsenal out of the spot is my team.
Leicester City have a lot of fans at the end of the season.
A lot of fans, and Liverpool waiting in line for Liverpool next.
Yes.
So Leicester City is Cameron's ball of the week for the impressive showing against Arsenal. Bridget, Biggs, my brother.
Yo,
who is your ball of the week?
It's a multiple people. A couple weeks ago, I was wrong when I said that the league is over because you have all of these bad teams that have nothing to play for, and they're just going to lay down. The Premier League this week is showing why the Premier League is the most watched league, because all of these teams that are mid-table, struggling teams, they come out and playing like they have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
And if they're playing as such, these guys could have easily, it's every team, from 7 all the way down.
So your ball
is all the teams in the Premier League except number 3 to number 6.
Well, Cardiff look like a garbage.
No, but Fulham look beautiful. And Fulham is the worst team in the league.
Right. So from 7th to 20th is your ball of the week because they're still competitive.
It's entertaining football.
It's entertaining football. Even though they don't have theoretically nothing to play for. All right, the mother reach for ballers.
Yeah.
Reaching. That's a reach. That's definitely a reach.
Yeah, but we'll accept it. It's equal opportunity ballers. Kevin, get your equal opportunity ball out.
So my ball of the week, honorable mention to Leicester City.
Yes.
And Brendan Rodgers for the job they did. But my ball of the week is Sergio Aguero. Yes.
Yeah.
They played a scrappy game against Burnley today.
Yeah.
And they pinged the goal, especially in the second half, especially the first 10 minutes in the second half. And he finally got to sneak one pass after multiple tries. So I know it was a load off his back. It was a load off a collective Man City back, and so it was just it's Conor Aguero for just continuing being the talisman for that.
Yes, so. Sergio Aguero scored a goal that it went over the line by a few millimeters, right?
Yes.
That victory against Burnley. City secured a victory against Burnley 1-0 on a Conor Aguero goal. Small margins for victory for Manchester City today as they run into the EPL maybe title. I don't know. My ball of the week is it Mikel? How do you pronounce this guy's name? Mikel Antonio of West Ham? Is it Mikel?
Yeah.
Mikel Antonio of West Ham. Scored a goal yesterday, and West Ham defeated the big bad Tottenham Hotspur in the brand new stadium. West Ham was absolutely impressive, and Mikel Antonio, he's a utility player. He plays anywhere they need him. He play defense if they need him. He's a forward if they need him. He's a right back if they need him. He's a left back if they need him. I'm not sure about his dancing though.
The donkey dance.
What kind of foolish is that? Well, Mikel Antonio, and honorable mention to Felipe Anderson. I killed him earlier on in the season, and I think this kid is playing some really serious ball for West Ham. Now, the segue from the ballers of the week to the bugs of the week. Come on, who's your bug of the week?
Come on.
Higuain is my bug of the week. I mean, if I could rate him out of 10, it would I get a 1.5.
Higuain just born outside.
Yeah, he was sloppy and he was poor, and I counted at least 2 good chances that Chelsea had to attack to score, and he messed it up by being offside. I don't know why he's starting over Giroud. So he's my bug of the week. You said like big bug. He needs to go back where he come from.
You said if you could give Higuain a score of 1 to 10 or some, I don't think he would make that scale, right? It's like a minus.
Yeah.
It's probably a minus.
She was generous. She said 1.5.
I was being generous.
Very generous. Higuain, I think he was offside today 8 times.
Born outside.
And big up to the Football Bible on Twitter there. I don't know if they listen to Ball Chat heavily, because there's a man on the Football Bible stated, as Ball Chat have said, Kevin have said, that Higuain born in an offside. So Football Bible on Twitter listening to Ball Chat. We need to copyright our speeches. You know?
It's very Tiga-like.
Born in an offside.
Very Tiga-like.
So Gonzalo Higuain is Cameroon's bug of the week. Chelsea drew with Manchester United 1-1. And Higuain offside about 7 or 8 times. And if the game continues, be offside many more after that. Kevin, who's your bug of the week?
So my bug of the week is a lot.
Take your time.
All teams from 3 to 6.
Wait, let's get them down here.
Spurs,
1.
Chelsea, Arsenal, Man U. Bugs of the week.
But yes.
Pathetic.
Yes.
All these sides are just pathetic. Game on game where they should easily win. Game on game where they should wrap up the Champions League money football time. They just lay an egg. It's like, yo, none of them sides not forget it. An honorable mention for bug of the week too is Cardiff and Fulham. What a garbage of a game. For 2 sides that is all the way in the bottom facing relegation. Fulham with $30 million over players where them can't carry that into the championship. Yeah. They don't show me anything. Yeah. The oldest man on the field, Babel, he was the one that was showing anything at all.
Score wonder goal.
Man.
Give him his props.
Garbage, man.
Wonder goal.
So what happened to this the big money striker, Mitrovic, who said he wanted to leave?
He's a mercenary.
Kevin, do you have any more? So wait, you have 3, 2, 6
and 19 and 20.
So let's connect the two here. So Big's ball of the week was from 7 through 20.
Yeah, we give 19. I give them it because yo, the guys came on and they played the football.
And, all right, so
it was a garbage game because you see, for me traditionally in the EPL, one of the games I look for in 2 weeks out of the season is the 19, 20, and 17 matchup. Right? Those games are usually hot. You know, and these guys came and the game was lethargic. It was lackluster.
I like bubble goal though. All right. The Liverpool money should be happy. Come on, man.
So Kevin's bugs of the week, he said he had a lot, and yes, he did have a lot from 3 through 6. Spurs, Chelsea, Arsenal, Manchester United, and 19 through, 17, 18?
No, 19 and 20.
19 and 20. Teams. Fulham and Huddersfield. Yeah. And you want to throw Cardiff in there while you're at it?
Well, my mistake. It's actually 18 and 20. Fulham and Cardiff City.
Yeah, all right. So.
And Neil Warnock, throw him in there.
Throw in Neil Warnock.
The dumpster full.
The dumpster is full, and Cardiff might be soon might be relegated from the EPL. Biggs,
I'm going to go back in history again. Cameron said this weeks ago, and Cameron said, Tim Howard. Took Tim Howard off the coach. Tim Howard is old. Kevin came on and said, stop bad minding the man money, blah, blah, blah.
I said it too.
Benton said it.
Did you know? The retirement check, man.
Did you know Colorado gives up the most goals in the MLS?
Is that because of Tim Howard or because of the defense?
Everybody.
Well, let me be full transparency.
Yeah.
I was watching a midweek game a couple of weeks ago, Champions League game, not the match. I noticed that the camera had a few pounds, but Tim Howard looked like a lineman and a man fat.
So with all that being said, you have a guy that is big and fat and cannot move in a goal anymore. They are giving up goals like nothing. And if I was to tell you that the leading goal scorer from last year in the MLS, his team was going to play against this goalkeeper at home.
They're supposed to get a bag of goals.
In a perfect weather condition. You expect 3-4 goals easily.
Absolutely.
Atlanta United depended on one lucky shot
From
to
Julian
score.
Gressel. So
And this is not a one-time thing, this is a trend. The whole Atlanta United bug of the week.
so you were consistent with last week. Last week you had Atlanta United as the bug of the week.
That's why I say it's a trend. So I don't want anybody come with the garbage about them win. I don't want to hear that garbage. Hear a bug side.
And football lovers, Atlanta United fans, you can link him on social media at
JC_natural vibes.
Don't Twitter me.
No, I second guess you with that, brother. I support that.
Yeah.
Atlanta has been trending down since the idiot coach come coach side.
Well, the coach is on record as saying that we got a win yesterday. It's a much needed win,
I don't want to hear that excuse.
and we're happy.
Well, luckily Delta is headquartered in the city. It's an easy trip.
Can fly more.
Yeah, I mean,
Atlanta United currently 2-3-2 thus far in the season. Bug of the week. Alright, Biggs. My bug of the week. You know, as I noticed a trend in the show also. Biggs is picking up trends today and he's pointing out the Atlanta United trend. But I noticed this issue with Biggs' trend. He refuses to acknowledge Manchester United in this bug of the week.
I'm at peace.
Never have he highlighted Manchester United pathetic play in any of his bug of the week.
Stop it.
Is it one?
Post Jose, I have not highlighted Manchester.
No, not only that. Junior is also an avid belt guy.
So he never beat them.
And Manchester United has been spared the run.
No beating.
I shall
Ball
not
shot
abuse
fun.
my family.
Ball shot follower as a footballer. So I will do the beating. My bug of the week is Manchester United. It's horrible show at what's going on at the former empire. And more specifically, David De Gea, or De Gea. I don't know if it's a sabotage job at play here, but he's absolutely horrible in goal. The man can't even carry water.
I called that a couple weeks ago, right? You guys looked at me like I was crazy. when I
You were
said it.
unfair a couple of weeks ago. He deserved the beating, no, Benton. Carry on.
He can't even carry water. How is it that you're making simple, even little children could catch some of these balls? That's just, what is wrong with this goalkeeper? So he's my but. David Gea, don't worry yourself. Real Madrid days are coming.
I'm not belting him,
Yeah.
but I'm going to point out something. The goal that Chelsea scored today, Rudiger kick on little idiot shot, right? And De Gea parried it, and homeboy come in and scored. Now, some people might say the ball swerve and all this, all kind of foolishness. Now, later on in the game, I think it was Rashford took a shot, and the same shot to the same side of the goal in the second half, and kept up. Handled the ball perfectly. No spills. Same harder shot. So, Manchester United fans, I don't want to hear nothing from anybody about Pogba, De Gea, Lukaku, Alexis. Well, carry on.
Ball of the week, David De Gea. And remember, he had a huge blunder also in the Manchester derby. So
And the Champions League.
he's my bug of the week. Now to segue from ballers and bugs, EPL, and go to football in Europe in our EPL segment quickly. Liverpool defeated Huddersfield. Manchester City defeated Burnley. The title race continue. Your thoughts on the EPL review this week? Come on.
Listen, Chelsea just still in a fourth place. I'm happy about that. I'm watching it. I'm hoping and I'm praying. I still think City will eke out this win, even though they weren't impressive in their match yesterday. Was it yesterday?
Yeah, today. Today they defeated Burnley 1-0.
Right. So they didn't look impressive. Liverpool looked like a machine, but I still think City is going to eke out this win. I'm not going to talk about Manchester versus Chelsea because that was I don't have any word to describe it. I don't know words to describe it. It was terrible. I just never like it. As usual, Hazard is the only player on the team who is worth some salt. So when he's gone to Real Madrid, dog are going to eat with supper. Spurs is still doing Spurs. What should I say about Arsenal? Arsenal is no good. Let us not even worry about Arsenal. But as I said, City is still the choice for me for the league.
And City leads the EPL currently. It's sitting on 92 points. Liverpool is on 91 points. Then there's a huge gap down to 70 points where Spurs sit in the third position. Your big takeaways from the EPL this weekend, Kevin?
I concur with what Kamon said. Again, my big takeaway was the bereft 20 and 18 game.
Okay.
I did not like that. Another big takeaway was the inability for the 3 through 6 teams to stamp their class and show that they are worth championships and Champions League money.
Yeah.
And they did not show that. As usual, we expected Turf Moor to be a scrappy game. But then the last time they played, City gave them 5. So it was kind of a dichotomy there on which team would show up. So, I mean, at the end, class prevailed and Combs put that in. But yeah, it was that just showed the EPL. I mean, in other teams, in other leagues in Europe, the winning team has already been sitting pina colada on the beach. Totally. They're gone.
Big up Barca.
And the EPL, everything still matters to the last week.
To the last
and that
week,
is why it is the best league bar none.
Yeah. We want to welcome Norwich and Sheffield United to the EPL. They secure promotion, so they will be in the EPL next year. Southampton secured another season in the EPL. When they hired Ralph Hasselnut in December, they were in the relegation zone. You guys can talk about the job he has done at Southampton. Your thoughts on that?
I mean, he has done an okay job. Southampton as well, they had class enough not to be there. They had a bad spell.
Yeah.
But they had class enough not to be there anyway. And I think he has done a well enough job.
Yeah. So they're secure staying in the EPL next year. Your big takeaway, Biggs.
Real quick, Manchester City is playing a cup final every week, while Liverpool is being ushered towards the championship.
What that mean?
In other words, I think teams prefer Liverpool over City. And I think, or is it that Liverpool is striking fear in these teams' hearts, while City seems to have a weak underbelly. That it just feels to me like the opponents that go up against Liverpool know they are going to lose, while the opponents that go up against City know that we have a chance.
Okay.
Wherever that inspiration is coming from or what's in it, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
As for Southampton, they have always been a stacked team, like Kevin said. They will be. I will be willing to forecast they'll be relegated next year if they don't make major change to that squad.
Yeah.
Because simply a coach came in and remotivated a bunch of players that weren't motivated.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Okay.
So that's a takeaway.
Fine. Before we get into our preview sections for the EPL, on the other side of at the bottom of the table, Cardiff and Brighton are battling for the last relegation spot. Which of these two teams do you think will end up going down? Brighton or Cardiff? Come on. Come on.
I'm sorry, what was that? I'm sorry. It kind of broke up.
So in the last relegation spot, you know, Brighton and Cardiff are the two teams that are battling to stay up. Which of these two teams do you think will survive? Either Brighton or Cardiff?
Brighton. Brighton's playing better football than Cardiff. Well, the last game for Cardiff was a good game.
Yeah.
But I think Brighton will stay up over Cardiff City. And with the whole Salah thing, I think Karma going to bite Cardiff and Cardiff going to go back home.
Yeah, so the Emiliano Salah's, you know, the fallout from his death with Cardiff. But Brighton really has a tough schedule, right? They have Arsenal and Man City the last match day. And Cardiff has a bug Manchester United the last day. I'm not sure who's the opponent next week that they play against. But your thoughts on the running, Kevin?
I also think that Brighton is playing better football. Come said something that Cardiff's last game was good. I wonder if you remember that the last game was yesterday's debacle against Fulham. That was a terrible game.
Yes.
So Cardiff does not play inspirational football. They did earlier in the season, but now they're just trying to eke out a draw everywhere they go, it seems. They are not seem to be trying to score these days.
Yeah, and Cardiff hosts Crystal Palace and goes to Manchester United. So the schedule is tough for both of them. I mean, I think that Brighton is currently sitting on 35 points and Cardiff is on 31 points. So there's a 4 points gap between the two. So Cardiff need to win these games out, and hopefully Brighton will drop points against Arsenal and Manchester City.
Well, hopefully Brighton can hold City to a draw.
Yeah, that's a Liverpool perspective.
That's a two-prong attack.
Your thoughts, Biggs?
I'm going to be very transparent.
Yes.
There are not enough black coaches in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be straight up about it. I want Brighton to go through because I want to maintain a black coach in the Premier League.
Chris Hughton.
And I like Chris Hughton as a coach.
Yeah.
Now, Brighton seems to be uninspired at times. Because the game today, I think they equaled a draw.
Yeah, yesterday they drew with Newcastle at home.
But
they needed those 3 points.
They waited until Newcastle scored. Even the commentator was saying, "Where is the fire? Why take you 75 minutes? Why?" So, I as a black man, with racism that's happening in football, we need more black coaches out there, and I don't want to lose them. So Brighton is my side.
Brighton is your pick, and Kevin, you have any pick on which one of these will stay up?
Yeah, Brighton. If they draw especially if they draw at City the last game, Brighton.
Right. Come on, says Brighton because of the Emiliano Salah thing.
Also,
but Brighton don't have to draw. Brighton don't have to do anything. They can lose all their games as long as Cardiff.
Long as Cardiff doesn't do anything else.
I mean, Cardiff is going to play Man U, so Cardiff will win that one.
Plus, we don't know if Ole. I'm just saying. Remember, Ole's whole team is Cardiff.
And he did get fired from Cardiff for doing crap. So.
Also, let's just take our hats off and say a word of prayer to the Salah family while we talk about that his father had a heart attack and passed.
Yeah.
What a debacle. So all of these things make Cardiff need to just go down.
Yes. I mean, it's a real tragedy in the Cardiff, in the Salah household. I mean, 3 months after Emiliano Salah's death, then his father died of a heart attack. The family just cannot catch a break.
Definitely a broken heart.
Just a broken
heart.
Cardiff. Pay the man and the money, brother.
And go down.
And go get relegated. Alright, so the only teams that really matter in this league, because there's a two-horse race in the EPL. We're going to get to our preview and prediction section in the EPL. Newcastle plays Liverpool on Saturday, 2:45 p.m. Liverpool will be coming off a Champions League game against Barca. We'll get to that in our preview section, the Champions League segment in a little bit. Your thoughts on this game? Rafa Benitez, will he upset or will he allow Liverpool to run ragged on them?
Rafa Benitez is coming motivated.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's class versus a team that is 12th at best.
Yeah. And but Newcastle is always a difficult place to play, right? Always a difficult place to go. for most teams.
It's class for most teams, but it's class. I mean, let me tell you. I mean, you hear what Junior said about. It seems like teams are waiting for our usher in Liverpool to the championship versus when Liverpool step on the field, you know.
Yeah.
Aside know say them dead.
Yeah, there's a fear.
Aside know that them going to get outworked.
Yeah, there's a fear.
There is no tinkering.
Yeah.
This is my side. This is who I'm going to put on the field. I may make one change in midfield or so, but this is my side. Every week is the same side. Beat it.
Yeah.
You understand? It is not like Pep who say, alright man, try this, me try that. And the people then say, okay, me see I thinking of the arm. I'm going to feel so I don't believe it. You're going to have to show me.
Yeah.
And people put up every day and say, Pep, you're going to have to show me.
Yeah.
But when people stay down and see Liverpool on the side, them say, why?
They might get that beaten.
I say, boy, let's just try not to make the damage too hard. You
Just,
understand? And then Liverpool play like them know, so them going to score. It's like, yo, it's that a matter of time. Just keep working.
Yeah.
Me not have to look for no man. Me not have to say, oh, come the ball shot. Me not have to do none of that. Me just keep working.
Yeah,
the ball go find the back of the net.
There's no complaining. Big up to Keita for scoring the fastest goal in EPL history. What, 14 seconds?
Mm-hmm.
In the game against Huddersfield for Liverpool on Friday. So, official prediction, Kevin, against Newcastle.
Liverpool 3.
Liverpool 3. Come on, your thoughts on this Newcastle versus Liverpool matchup? This is Saturday at 2:45 p.m. coming off the backs of the first Champions League matchup.
Well, I'm saying 1-0 to Newcastle because you know what happened? You don't know what you're getting with Newcastle. Sometimes they put on a workman-like performance and the next time them relax because they put in a workman-like performance when they beat Southampton. I think it was 3-1. That was a very good game from Newcastle. So I think if Newcastle remains motivated, they can eke out a 1-0 win, against Liverpool.
Yeah, so come on, so this is where the EPL title race probably ends, according to come on. if Newcastle does pull up once.
But and then City will lose for them next game. So it's still interesting, aren't you?
All right. We get to City game. Biggs, your prediction on this Newcastle versus Liverpool game?
Radad versus Virgil.
Virgil van Dijk, yeah.
Perez running in between.
Mm-hmm.
There is no Almiron. Almiron is out for the season.
Yeah,
but the Liverpool old boy is in the midfield for Newcastle. An early goal. It depends on the early goal. It really do. I don't know. I'm not going to bet on Liverpool or City losing any more games.
So now to the Leicester City versus Manchester City matchup on Monday. Your thoughts on this, Biggs?
I'm not betting against City or Liverpool losing any games, but
So,
I can see where Vardy is going to give a very old company a run for the money. Because company is going to play unless he's injured. It's obvious now.
Yeah, he's in.
It's obvious that Pep is hitching his wagon to company.
Yeah.
Win or lose.
So your prediction on this Leicester City versus
Aguero.
Yeah. Kevin, your thoughts on this Leicester City Manchester City game?
Yeah, I think Man City should win. As I said about 5 weeks ago, or go all the way back to the season, I think City's going to win. But I'm hoping against all hope. This is the game that I hitched my hat on about 5 weeks ago as well.
Yeah.
I said, if we can get something from Leicester City, a draw or something like that in these penultimate games, then I should, that is Liverpool's hope.
That's the Liverpool.
How ironic. Both teams are playing against two Liverpool old coaches.
Yes, this is true. This is true.
Yeah.
And Brendan Rodgers was the coach of that Liverpool famous Steven Gerrard slip team.
Yeah, he owes us something.
So maybe he owes Liverpool something.
Yeah, Gerrard owe you something.
No, Brendan Rodgers did, because that is not the only thing in the room. But Brendan Rodgers went to Newcastle and was up 3-0. And the game draw 3-0 because he go for goal.
This is true.
Brendan Rodgers owes us.
Come on.
This is true.
Your thoughts on the Leicester City versus Manchester City game? I think I heard you said that Man City loses the game. This is the last game at home this year for Man City. What's your score on this game?
I think it's going to be a tie.
You think it's going to be a tie? Okay.
Tie. Vardy. Today, Vardy showed me the Vardy of old. He was quick. He was a little bit skillful. He was a little bit technical. So I see Vardy running around company easy. And if Raheem have a game like what I have today, because Raheem was so sloppy today, he was like so out of it. If he has a game like today, next time that when he plays Leicester next week, then I can see where this can be a 1-1.
Yeah. All right. So, football lovers, follow us on social media because we're going to be keeping track of this nail-biting title race down to the end. Newcastle hosts Liverpool on Saturday at 2:45 p.m. We'll give updates in our social media platform. And then Leicester City goes to the Etihad. Trust me, there should be more water in football. This game is on Monday at 3 p.m. Now, to segue from regular football to champion football, Champions League semi-final this Tuesday and Wednesday. Kick it off. Spurs versus Ajax. First game on Tuesday. Ajax has won 8 games away from home in this tie. Son is out for the first game. Or 8 games away from home in Champions League for Ajax, not in this tie. And then Son is suspended. Spurs is coming off a 1-0 defeat to West Ham in their brand new stadium. How do we see this matchup?
So for my Champions League pick for semis, I see Ajax beating Spurs. Spurs is not consistent enough for me to have enough faith in them. Plus, Ajax is playing complete football. So I see Ajax beating them, not even a 1-0. I'm going to go out on a limb and say 3-0 for Ajax.
Oh, wow. That's a bold prediction. At Spurs. Kevin, your thoughts on this game? I know last week you envisioned a draw in this matchup. That was the original prediction.
Yeah.
But now, with further information, you have the West Ham defeat for Spurs. You still remain the same as a draw this week?
No, I actually have Ajax winning.
Yeah. You sound so sad. Do you feel sorry for Spurs?
Yeah, they've had a few injuries. And, I mean, Song being suspended, but they also have a few injuries. Remember, outside of the striker being off the field, Dele Alli has a hand issue. And the last Champions League game they played, that midfielder was out hurt. Sissoko came off the field and he won't be playing. So that kind of injury don't seem like Sissoko. It was a hip injury, don't seem like Sissoko was going to come back.
So Ajax last game was on the Tuesday.
And get all this time off.
And they get will that be an advantage or a disadvantage going into this matchup?
I think it's a disadvantage for Ajax.
I think it's an advantage. At this point in the season, it's attrition. It's a war of attrition. If you're not playing every week and can get a chance to heal, we see what happens. Spurs are having fallen soldiers every week. So I think it's definitely an advantage. If it were early in the season, then it would have been a problem. It would have been about fitness. It would have been about match ready. But they are match ready. They are fit. It's just about an ability to soak in the tub, and when you train, you can have 2 more days of recovery, and when make the things come back, make your body get a chance to heal.
Yeah.
So with all of this information, all the injuries, with Ajax having all this time off, and Spurs playing at home, the whole world is saying Ajax is going to win. This is perfect timing for Pochettino to come out and say, guys, it's us against the world.
We know you are a Pochettino disciple.
I'm a Pochettino disciple. I'm a Pochettino fan. And I think he's going to use this as fuel. We already knew they were going to have a reaction after losing 1-0.
After losing to West Ham, yeah.
And then now we hear all this, and now I'm going to say, look, and this team, they even have all this time off to sit on our rest. We deal with muscle memory. Okay. We're athletes. You get if you're used to playing every 4 days, when is the line of demarcation for rest versus rust?
Yeah. Where does it?
Where is that line? Are we going to see it this week?
So you expect to see a rusty Ajax, according to you?
I expect to see a slow starting Ajax.
Slow starting Ajax.
And can Tottenham take advantage? Can Michael Brazilian you take advantage?
Lucas.
Can Lucas take advantage?
Moura?
Yeah. Can he take advantage? He's going to be the striker. Yeah. Can he take advantage?
You trust Lucas Moura?
I trust him very much.
Key players in this matchup for you, Kevin, for both of these teams.
Junior says Lucas Moura and Infante. I don't think they can score.
Yeah. Key players for you in this matchup.
Eriksen.
It's all about Eriksen.
It's all about Eriksen.
Okay. And come on, key personnel for Ajax and for Tottenham in this matchup. Key players in this matchup for you.
Ericsson for me. For Ajax. What's the old man's name again?
Blin?
Daily Blin?
Blin. Blin had a very good game the last time. I mean, like,
He did.
leadership on the pitch. So to me, Blin is going to, be the steady hand for them. And Ericsson, because there's nobody else for Tottenham with me.
Ajax coach, was it Tag Hacken said that any team that plays us will be in for a rude awakening. We're going to be difficult to play. Is this where Ajax pretty much killed this tie off?
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. I think Ajax is going to run them in the ground.
Yeah.
Ajax is a running team.
Yeah.
And they're going to run you in the ground. And if your speed is gone off the side, the team.
Yes, the sun track.
Song is gone. Dele Alli is a speed as well, but Dele Alli is playing with one wing, and we know that is what affects speed more than your legs.
Yeah.
The ability to when you're off kilted, when you're not balanced.
Yeah. So can we agree that if Pochettino and Spurs find a way to win this game on Tuesday, this will be a remarkable achievement going into Holland for them with all the injuries that they have?
No. At this point, you're supposed to win.
You're supposed to win. All right. Tuesday, 3 p.m. Game will be on TNT. And this is the curtain raiser or the early warm for the big matchup. Some would have loved to see this in the Champions League final. Game on Wednesday, Liverpool versus Barcelona. Firmino was out of the Huddersfield matchup. Klopp said he will be ready. He's not sure if he will be 100%. But at this stage of the competition, I don't think anyone is 100%. This is mine and hard football right now. Your early thoughts on this, Kevin? Last week we had, well, not early thoughts now. We're in a few hours away, 48 to 72 hours away from this matchup. Your thoughts on this? Going into this matchup?
It'll be a very interesting game.
It's a game that I can't wait to see.
It'll be a very interesting game. For me, the first issue in this game is not going to be the first goal. It's going to be the first card, or the first foul, or the first repeat foul if that gets a talking to.
Yeah.
Because in that sense, with all the work that both teams do in the middle of the pitch, the middle of the field, and with especially Barcelona having a slower defensive mid, he is going to have his work cut out for him all day. And he has a penchant to hold on for dear life. Now, if the referee allows him to get away with a lot of that, then, I mean, Liverpool, they have a sense that they don't really complain to the ref a lot. They just, pick up the ball and go and kick the next thing.
Yeah.
But we, need to be sending his ears and say, yo, watch this, watch this, watch this. And easily Barcelona can get a man down and Liverpool can see them off.
Yeah. Sergio Busquets, so he's a pivotal personnel for you going into this matchup.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Come on. I know you've been waiting for this matchup. You've been waiting for this. You've been waiting for your chance to kick Liverpool in them teeth. Is this when it happens?
Of course, listen. Why beat them? I mean, all right. Let me take it down. So for Kevin, it's the first card. For me, it's the first goal. So I think whoever scores first will probably be in the driver's seat. I know when Barcelona score, they tend to want to score more and score often. So I am excited. I'm nervous because, as I tell you already, Liverpool front three, if when they're on, they're on. So them kind of give me a headache to know that my backline is kind of slow. So I think the contest will be won in the midfield area. If Messi and company can control that midfield and control through the wings, then it's a Barcelona easy victory. But if not, we're going to fight it out. But I do see Barcelona, squeezing through.
The biter L1, Mr. Cannibal himself, Suarez, plays his old team. Your thoughts on this, Biggs?
It might have nothing to do with this.
He has nothing to do with
Nothing
it.
to do with this.
Okay.
Klopp's major Achilles heel last year
Yeah.
was the tinkering
The thing
that Kevin referred to.
that Pep is issuing
That
now.
Pep's issue right now.
Yeah.
But one thing that Klopp hasn't done this year is messed around with the team that much. They have looked the same today that they've looked week one. Right? Remember we were saying they're not playing heavy metal football. What it's the same Liverpool we're seeing play. You complain about Barcelona coach and how he likes
and
to
Ernesto Valverde,
yeah, he likes to think and why he don't play this, why he play. This game is going to be decided by which coach allow his team to play as a team.
Yeah.
This tie is a perfect tie for Keita to show that show his money's worth. Barcelona midfield cannot stand up to Keita. Barcelona midfield cannot stand up to Milner. Barcelona midfield cannot stand up to Fabinho. There is no need for Henderson. Worse, Barcelona midfield cannot stand up to Axe. If Liverpool play their best midfield, they will run Barcelona off the field. I'm telling you.
I'm laughing.
All right.
I'm trying to be very objective here and not to show any bias towards Barcelona, but I'm laughing. Come on, you have a point. You have a rebuttal to this statement.
Barcelona, I'm not cheering for.
I'm not cheering for Barcelona. I don't have a dog in the fight, but if this was a pickup football game where there's no coach and you said go out there and play your game, Keita, Ox, and
this is Ox who's just coming back from an injury.
Ox, Keita, and Milner, and you go out there and run at
And
them.
Fabinho doesn't see the field here.
Keita, Ox, and Milner, and the only reason you put it on Milner, you're going to give Messi another bloody nose.
Yeah.
Anderson not
even supposed to peel orange in this game.
So the important thing here is kind of clash of two different strategies, as two different systems, right? Barcelona embodies the idea of holding and possessing the football. Liverpool, quick counter-attack. Once they recover, they press you, they fight you, try to outwork you. But once they can trigger those plays,
that's not Liverpool, no.
What is Liverpool not?
Liverpool is Barcelona style, but more direct.
Okay.
At times they have no problems bypassing the midfield, but ideally the ball should go through the midfield. This is where Keita is going to be pivotal in this game. Trust me.
Okay. So Arthur, Sergio Busquets, and Ivan Rakitic. Kevin, you think they will match up well with your midfield?
They're too slow.
They're too slow. Okay. Come on. Your thoughts on the midfield matchup with Arthur, Rakitic, and I mean, can you put some sense in Big's argument about Milner, Keita, weak African Keita, Milner, Fabinho, Henderson. I mean, these are Barca has players who are skilled on the ball. So it doesn't matter how harassed they get, they should be able to continuously possess the ball, right?
Correct. And I understand everybody argument is valid, right?
Yeah.
Because we're used to the Premier League and the brute force football, the tackle, the slide tackle, the rushing, the boom rush, or whatever. If Barcelona play keep away football, Liverpool make care how they want run and twist and turn and flick and push down man and give Messi a bloody nose according to Junior, then it's still keep away. They can't get the ball from Barcelona. So we can always predict or whatever, but we don't know until we see what's going on.
This is true.
So if Barcelona is on top of their game, Liverpool will not see the ball. We're going to beat them in terms of possession. Although possession don't win football still, but I have to see us Barcelona beating Liverpool.
Barcelona have won 31 Champions League games at the new camp. And they haven't lost a game, going back, I think, years now. Is this the time that they lose? Kevin, your prediction?
Liverpool won.
Liverpool 1-0.
Like, they expect nothing different.
Biggs, your prediction?
Liverpool 3. I don't know how much Barca will score. Liverpool is scoring 3 goals.
Okay, Liverpool scoring 3 goals, and I could see it happen with the speed of Liverpool front three, and they definitely need to win.
So win.
I don't know that Barca can easily score 4 goals, but I know Liverpool is going to score 3 goals.
I remember football lovers, away goal rule will play a part in this time, perhaps. So you said Liverpool will score 3. You don't know how many Barca will score. That's a prediction. So what's your official prediction?
What kind of prediction?
3-3 tie.
3-3 tie. Say it, you heard it here first. Come on, your official prediction.
2-1 Barcelona.
So you envision also an away goal for Liverpool.
Yes.
Football lovers, this is the game we dream of. Probably the 2 best teams in Europe right now.
I agree.
Barcelona is champions of La Liga. They won last weekend, defeating Levante. And Liverpool is running in, maybe will win the EPL champion. The game is on Wednesday, live on TNT. All our social network platform, Instagram, Twitter, will be locked and keeping you updated on this matchup. So make sure. I am excited for this match. This is football.
Your prediction?
Liverpool. I try not to really predict these games, but
you don't want to say Liverpool.
No, Barca is gonna win. The goat will figure out a way. And Jesus.
You don't want to say Liverpool.
The goat will figure out a way.
Jesus.
Messi. The game dictates on Messi. And it would be nice to see how Van Dijk match up with Messi running at him.
Van Dijk will not see Messi.
Wishes, because he will cut into that middle.
Van Dijk will not be seeing Messi. Van Dijk will be pinning on to the biter.
And by the way, Coutinho, don't come for the field. Please, don't enter this game. Dembele. It's Dembele's game. Now, to segue from football in Europe and quickly touch football in the Americas, MLS. Recap. Your thoughts on the MLS this weekend? Come on, Atlanta United finally won a game at home against Colorado. But your thoughts on this weekend action?
Atlanta eked out a win. That was terrible, awful, pitiful football played by Atlanta. I think Colorado was bottom of the table. So, I mean,
it was bottom of the East versus bottom of the West.
Yeah, but so with Tim Howard, and that's a terrible position for Atlanta to be in. They were champions last year, run away with it. The best player sell the money, the guy to Newcastle. So for you to be buttering against Colorado and equal to 1-0 win, I feel like it was a loss. DC lost today. Seattle held on to a 1-1 draw with LAFC, even though they were playing with 9 men. And they had 23% of the possession, so that was good. My beloved DC lost to Minnesota. I don't know what's going on with Wayne Rooney. I don't get it. So a good game that I watched and I really loved was the Sporting and the New England 4-4. That was an epic 8-goal game.
Any thoughts on the MLS?
This is the love-hate relationship that you have with the draw and the playoff system in Major League Soccer versus the run-up on scores. Because what will happen late is that a lot of these teams that suck, like probably Atlanta and will probably show up in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And it makes the value of the season that much less, especially early games. Yeah. You just can't throw away early games, and I think the coach may, this win that the coach did, the team is probably just hurting them even more by lengthening the coach's stay, because they really need to start thinking about getting rid of this coach.
Yeah, I think he's here for the long haul. Kevin. I mean, he was highly sought after by the Atlanta United brand.
Yeah, but you can make mistakes.
This is,
and feel you have David Moyes is still available, so.
And that's the important thing is, will Atlanta, Carlos Bocanegra, Darren Eales, and the brass admit that this was a mistake? And how soon will they admit that this is a mistake?
I think Bocanegra is going to be the next coach.
You see now when we start talk to business.
Oh, really? You want to put money on that?
Yes, let's put money on it.
Right.
And let's
we'll put 50 juice boxes on it. So we're not talking dollars on the podcast.
Yeah. Any other big takeaway from MLS?
I already gave my bug of the week.
Okay. Atlanta United.
Can't score against a fat goalkeeper.
And I would need some help with the power ranking. So let's segue to our power ranking because my battery is dead and I don't remember the power ranking.
I remember it.
So this week's power ranking is brought to us by our folks at Blazing Fire Kitchen. In the 10th position is Wolves. Wolves is trying to run in for a Europa League spot. Now if Watford lose to Manchester City in that in the FA Cup final and Wolves do stay in the 7th position, they will get into the Europa League. So Raul Jimenez and Wolves are doing well. In the 9th position is PSV. Brethren, how them look at you that side of the 9th?
Well, his 3-2-6 is struggling, so.
In the 8th position is PSG, another little idiot side. Neymar, stop dumb people. PSG lost the French Cup final. And the emotional Neymar said he could see himself playing with Eden Hazard. It's a nice player to play with. In the 7th position, we have Spurs. Spurs lost to West Ham at home as they get ready for Ajax on Tuesday. Son, go on, get ready because Spurs will need you for the second leg. In the 6th position, we have Juventus. Juventus already wrapped up the Serie A title. I guess Cristiano Ronaldo is already on vacation.
No, he's recruiting.
He's recruiting. This is true. He's recruiting heavily. Isco, line up yourself. In the 5th position is Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich drew with Nuremberg in the Bundesliga. Bayern Munich continue to lead. It's only a matter of time before Bayern Munich win the Bundesliga because Borussia Dortmund is
garbage.
Garbage. In the 4th position, one of the hottest teams in Europe, Ajax. Daily Blind and the family rise into London on Tuesday. 3 p.m.
A bossy side too.
It's a bossy side. The coach is ready. Frankie de Jong said they're ready for all comers. What a sin thing if Ajax win Champions League. And the 3rd position, Barcelona. The slow old Barcelona welcomes Liverpool. Virgin, listen. Score a sixpence for them side, yeah. Barcelona. And in the 2nd position, Liverpool. Liverpool sitting in number 2 position as they sit 2nd in the EPL. Probably the hottest team in Europe. But, yo, them just have a go on hold number 2 this week. And the number 1 position in this week, Ball Chat Power Ranking. Manchester City, the tinkering one. Pep Guardiola led Manchester City. They defeated Burnley, they lead the EPL now, and they're getting ready for Leicester City next week. Ball Chat followers, link us on social media, Ball Chat 1 on Twitter, Ball Chat Podcast on Instagram, Ball Chat Podcast on YouTube. Like, share, and what, Kevin?
Subscribe.
Alright.
Also, don't forget us on our Mixcloud podcast, as you said. Ball Chat, we're out.
No, man, we're not out. Manchester United, workless. What a side, workless.
Come on later.